Back for the final award ceremony on the podium here at Percy Warner Park for the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association Cross Country Championships. The final of the individual winners, the top 15 runners in each classification are your all-state team members, and number 15 in the Class AAA boys, Jerry Rojas from Crockett County. Number 14, Joe Binder, Knoxville Catholic. Number 13, Noah Jones, University High School of Johnson City, Tennessee. Number 12, Christopher Hornsby, Martin Luther King here in Nashville. Back to East Tennessee for our 11th place finisher, Jacob Testament from Alcoa, a school that is draped with all kinds of athletic history. Lots of football champions from there. And right here in Nashville, Dominic Voller from Hume Fogg, finishing 10th. Number 11, from L&N STEM School, Dagon Usselton. Number 8, Patrick Cardell from Central Magnet. Number 7, Noah Delk from Central Magnet. Number 6, Zach Weaver from Greenville High School, back in East Tennessee. And just up the road, we find our number 5 finisher, Luke Mead from Sullivan East. Back at Central Magnet for number 4, Andre Hillsman from Granger County, just north of Knoxville. Zach Long finishing 3rd. Wesley Pechtel from Greenville ran a great race, finished strong, and finished 2nd. And the winner in Class AAA boys from Central Magnet, leading his team to a team state championship and finishing number 1, Reed Henderson. Henderson, Pechtel, and Long have yet to get to the podium, but they're coming up as we speak. Some of the teams still in the celebratory mood after winning a championship, and they are finding these young men now as we speak. As we see Andre Hillman from Central Magnet take the number 4 spot. Tell you what, all these kids deserve all the recognition they get, but to participate, to finish is great. To finish in the top 15 is phenomenal. To finish top 3 is just out of sight, and as we see Zach Long from Granger County taking his place on the podium. He also had a very strong finish today. Reed Henderson, who won, had a sizable lead, and only a really strong finish by Wesley Pechtel was able to cut that deficit down and have a strong second-place finish for Wesley. Greenville, Tennessee, long a powerhouse in football and basketball up in East Tennessee, but certainly making their mark in the running side of things. The home of Tusculum College, and really a neat little town, also the home of Andrew Johnson, who was a former
Looks
president.
like we got some kind of issue.
Yeah, I have a little delay here. They're asking the competitors to have a seat, and Wesley Pechtel and Reed Henderson still missing from the 1 and 2 spots as we delay. Maybe someone not available for a minute.
I think there was some kind of mix-up. It looked like it was a number 3 spot or the number 4 spot, because he was trying to explain that. Looked like he was saying I'm the kid or I'm the whatever, which would lead me to believe that somebody didn't put on the right chip or bib number.
Right.
They're wearing those bibs and the hip numbers, which is specifically assigned to a certain athlete. That way the timing guys don't know every kid by name, so they look at a number that's associated, and that's all they look at is that number coming through. If the coach gives the wrong kid the wrong bib number or gives them the wrong chip, it comes back as somebody else.
Exactly.
And causes a little bit of confusion, but looks like they're getting it straightened out here before the hardware takes off and leaves the property.
So we'd call this due to technical problems, we have yet to award the first and second place winner. No question as to who won or who finished second, but I'm sure they're, as you said, they're kind of sorting all that out now before the hardware is given out.
And unfortunately, it's a lot of these smaller schools, they go to smaller meets and they don't use the bibs or chips for that matter. Most of these kids haven't used a chip all season, but it's something new to them and something new to the coaches, and so they don't understand the importance of make sure the right person has the right bib or the right chip.
Right. For those of you who may not totally understand that, on this stage with this many people running and for the state championship, and I would assume, Jason, that those bibs and chips are they given to them by their coaches?
Supposed to be. The timing guys will sit down and specifically enter when every kid gets a certain bib number. Well, then they go through and they sort them, so Central Magnet will get a packet that has a bib for every one of his kids and a chip for every one of his kids, and then they're all assigned a specific number, and that coach is responsible for handing out each bib and each chip and making sure that the right kid gets the right bib number and the right chip number.
Right. Not too dissimilar from maybe a basketball coach putting their starting lineup on the book and then maybe putting the wrong number down for him, which would be something that would result in a technical foul. We don't have technical fouls, I don't think, in cross country, but a similar result as we try to sort through this issue. And if that is the case, I guess this is the first one of these type glitches we've had today.
I think there was a small issue with the mat system where one of the mats wasn't picking people up, where the second one was, and there was a little bit of delay there, so they had to go back and review every single place. And I believe that was the AAA race. Right,
and those sensors are under those mats to pick up those chips.
Yes.
Now, I'm curious to know, they're putting these little fence posts at the finish line. Is there a reason for that?
Don't cross these mats, please.
Okay.
That's their way of politely asking you not to come across the mats and walk on them. As I'm sure there's a lifespan on them, and they got little wires in them, and they don't want any unnecessary wear and tear on them. But
well, this may be one of the nicest parts of the day weather-wise here, as the rain doesn't seem to be a factor at all right now, and no rain, and wind is still with us, but it's a beautiful sun-splashed valley here where this steeplechase course lies among the hills.
might as well.
We're still waiting for the final results on the number 1 and number 2 awards, and as Jason said, there's a potential problem with maybe with a 3rd and 4th or 5th place finish and the way that played out. But
looks like we're getting them straightened out and getting ready to get going again.
So it looks like they're switching a couple medals there. That
got everybody standing up again.
Somewhere down the line in that 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th spots, there are some medals that are being switched, probably as a result of what you explained, and that is the way the chips were recorded electronically when they crossed the finish line, and who had the right bib number and the right chip. And as they sort that out, we'll end up getting it right. We have a very excited coach over here. It appears to be if you carry a clipboard, that means you're a coach. Is that correct?
That's usually what I'd assume, too.
Now they're sorting people out and giving them the right medal. And
looks like maybe they moved everybody up or something. Because they brought up number 15 as a new individual that wasn't on the podium before from MLK. So did they miss him, or they had him at 14 maybe, or 20?
I have 15th on here as Jerry Rojas from Crockett County, but now it appears Jared Clark from Martin Luther King is now in the number 15 position. I don't think there's a problem with
they may have just been off a number somewhere or something.
Right. It doesn't appear to be a problem with spots. Yeah, now I think we got it right, because now we have the young man from Granger County, Zach Long, who's going to be coming to the number 2 spot probably. Don't want to assume that, but that's what appears to be happening. The person I don't see there is Wesley Pechtal. He's not on or Reed Henderson. Neither are on the podium as we speak.
There's only one spot left.
It appears that Wesley Pechtal is going to go to the podium and be recognized as the winner of this event.
So I wonder what the story was there.
Very interesting. And does that, in fact, have an impact with Reed Henderson no longer on the podium as number 1? Does that have an impact on our team scoring?
Well, he was from Central Magnet?
Correct.
Yeah. 'Cause that was our championship team. But now that was 39 to 126. So there's a pretty good buffer there. But
that's got to be an interesting story as to what actually happened there.
I wonder if Andrew would know.
I don't know. That's interesting. That's somewhat like Tiger Woods finishing second and finding out after the tournament is over that there was a rules infraction by the guy who finished first, and he is now the champion. But congratulations to Wesley Pechtal for finishing number 1. On this, our last awards ceremony of the day, we have the most unusual circumstance of the day. And I'm sure you can find out what the mix-up was there when you go to TennesseeRunner.com and get the rest of the story.